Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Mattathias. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Shalom, viewing audience. This is Israel United in Christ, and this is the Writings on the Wall radio show. Hey, to my right.
Shalom, family. I'm Officer Elijah.
I'm Officer Obadiah.
Uh-oh.
And this is your place for
End-time news.
All right, all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. We back with another show, week 2.
Right.
Man, every week, the cast members keep getting shorter and shorter, man.
I know.
Sheesh. First it was Officer Sampson.
Right.
Then it was now it's Officer David, Big David, man. Call him Carl Malone. But hey, let's continue, man. Hey, we got a lot going on in the week. What the intentions with was that Russia, Ukraine's heating up. What's going on? What's going on, officers? What's going on in the week?
We got a lot going on, Cap. We, like you just said, we got the Russia and Ukraine heating
Second
up.
week in a row, Pootie Tang.
Right.
Obadiah, what you got? Sheesh.
Hey, and we also have what's that governor name? DeSantis.
Yeah, DeSantis, yeah. Stay down the street from you, ain't it?
Right. Hey, Israel gotta get ready, man. We gotta get ready.
All right, Elijah, you give you a second chance. What else we got, bro?
We also got the critical race theory argument.
You got to be kidding me. He's saying, hey, bring it back. Camera on me, please.
Doomsday.
Camera on me, please.
We got doom.
This brother got the spirit of Pootie on him tonight, bro. What's going on, bro? But yeah.
Pootie Tang.
But yeah, we about to get into it, man. I'm actually excited about tonight's show. Everything kind of leads into each other. So let's kick it off with the first topic. What we got? It says, "It's midnight upon us. Doomsday clock panel to set risk of global catastrophe." All right. Let's scroll down a little bit. You got it, Malachi, now? You got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, read that.
On October 24th, 1962, an American nuclear scientist, Harrison Brown,
Chemist.
American nuclear chemist, Harrison Brown, started to pen a guest editorial for the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists just as the Cuban Missile Crisis reached its climax.
All right, so just for the viewer audience, the Cuban Missile Crisis, long story short, about the Cuban Missile Crisis. What is that talking about? This is going into the Soviets, formerly known as the USSR. This is Russia as we know it. They were a communist country or a communist nation. So you had, what was his name?
Fidel Castro.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's why you on the show, Obi. That's why you on the show, Fidel Castro. Yeah. Hey, they had Fidel Castro, who was also under the communist philosophy. All right. So at this time, and was it 1964, I believe, they only had mid-range nuclear capabilities, meaning what? Russia's missiles could not reach the United States of America. But you had Cuba, in South America, which had the capabilities to reach the United States of America. So what did they do? You had Russia and you had Castro come together, and they started delivering the missiles to Cuba. That's the Cuban Missile Crisis, meaning what? U.S. realized that they could get touched,
Right.
so they had to intervene. Let's go back to the article. Hey, IT got it worked out. All praise to the Most High for IT. All right, sound bites is slack tonight too. Read what you got.
I am riding on a plane en route from Los Angeles to Washington, and for all I know, this editorial may never be published, Brown said. Never in history have people and nations been so close to death and destruction on such a vast scale. Midnight is upon us.
Right. So Esau understood what? They understood midnight's upon us, meaning if Russia would have said to do it, Cuba could have shot off those missiles, and America, it would have been over. That would be the beginning of World War III, as we know it, right?
Right.
But I want you to check out what he just said. Read that last sentence for me, soldier.
Never in history have people and nations been so close to death and destruction on such a vast scale. Midnight is upon us.
All right, give me Ezekiel 28. When he say midnight is upon us, I want y'all to understand what he's really saying.
Right.
What is he really saying when he say midnight is upon us? All right, put that up for me. Ezekiel chapter 28, start at verse 2.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 28 and verse 2.
Come on.
Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord God.
Come on.
Because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man.
Yet thou art a man. So the scripture's what? Majority, it could go into what? Meaning two meanings. It could be double. This is one of those examples. It's talking about Tyrus, but in the spirit, it's talking about the United States of America.
Right.
All right? Watch this, verse 3. Come on.
Verse 3, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
So it said he wiser than Daniel. So, officers, we just read in that particular article, he said that midnight was upon us. Give me Psalms 91 real quick.
Right,
So let's see what he was really talking about. Because the scriptures say he wiser than Daniel, meaning what? Daniel had the ability to interpret dreams.
Right.
You understand? He was shown visions. Very wise man, according to how to deal with the law. Remember, he came on the scene with Susanna. Right, and judged righteously there.
Right.
So go to Psalms 91, and let me get there with you real quick. Excuse me. And let's go to verse 5. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 5.
Come on.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
Come on.
Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness.
Now, what are we saying? We saying what? Pestilence. We ain't going to mention it, the mosquito bite.
Right.
Running
Right.
rampant right now.
Right.
We also see what? It says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fly by day. The arrow is going into what? Those missiles.
Missiles, right.
All right. Now, remember what he said in the article. He said, midnight is upon us. Read verse 6 again for me.
Verse 6.
Come on.
Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness.
Uh-huh.
Nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
That waste is that what?
Noonday.
That waste is that noonday, that 12 p.m., that midnight, all going into what? 12.
12, right.
All right. They understand that. They have that knowledge. Officer, you got anything on that?
Yeah, let me get something. Give me, just to go along with what Cap is saying, to show you, time is short. For those of you that are very relaxed, that are like comfortable in your position, check it out. Give me 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9, to show you, kind of go into the same thing. Read that for me.
Right.
Uh-oh.
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, that all should come to repentance.
So God is not slack, meaning he is very merciful. He's giving you time and time to get right, because judgment is coming. Read.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
You hear that? Thief, what time thief will try to break into your house? They try to get you when you less expected,
Right.
at night, when you are asleep. Read.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
What kind of great noise that can melt elements, all type of things, metals, whatever it is? A nuke. Read.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation?
You see what the scriptures say? What kind of a person are you going to be knowing all these things? You have a first shot to see what's going to happen, and you're still sitting on your behind, don't want to get right. Go ahead, Cap.
Hey, no. That's an excellent precept. I actually want to go up, start at verse 7. All right, so that's an excellent precept. I want to make a point right here, too. Watch this.
The book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7.
Come on.
But the heavens and the earth which are now, by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire.
Reserved unto fire. It's reserved unto fire, meaning it's not going to be destroyed with the flood no more. It's going to be destroyed with nuclear fire. Read on. Watch this.
Against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly man.
And perdition, destruction of ungodly men. Come on.
But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years.
There you go. So he's saying, don't be ignorant with this one thing. It says a day unto the Lord is like 1,000 years. It's like 1,000 years. So I want you to keep that in mind, because we're going to go back to it, but don't forget the dot. Don't forget the dot. Let's go back to the article real quick. I wanted to read down a little bit more. And this is going to segue into the rest of today's topics as well. We're watching that situation with Putin, over with Moscow invading Ukraine, real close. Because you got to understand, this is those who are a little bit older, this is what the Cold War was all about.
Right.
You understand? Because after World War II, you had the USSR and the United States. They were the two powers that were left.
Right.
Of course, the United States was primarily the dominant force, but the USSR, they were a threat. And that Cold War lasted from 1948 to about 1991. And you know what's crazy? Americans really think, now mind you, throughout that time, America went to war a few times because of the USSR's influence on places like Korea, Vietnam. A lot of people are like, why did they go fight that war? Because they were trying to extend their arm. The they was the USSR. They was trying to extend their communistic arm, and America was not for that. That's why they went and fought those wars. So go ahead, officer, you have something?
Yeah. Just to show you how, like you just said, they know what they're doing. Just like what happened with Ukraine. Ukraine was a part of USSR.
There you go. There you go.
That's their like motherland. That's where they look back to. So what they did, they saying if we could separate Ukraine from USSR, we can have our base there, pretend like we have an ally, then that give us a closer shot to them, just like they were trying to have a closer shot with Cuba.
Exactly.
That's very strategic.
To keep them at bay, to make sure they're in check.
Right.
But Putin, as soon as Putin came on the scene, Putin said, nah, I'm not having that.
Right.
Putin's trying to go back to the way Stalin was doing things.
Right.
Putin trying to make things happen, man. All right, but yeah, we'll get back to that. Let's finish this article
It's all
a little
a
bit.
play on power. Everybody's trying to make sure they make that next power move. Both of them trying to play chess. And the thing is, the loser is going to lose everything. Like the way they setting it up. Whoever loses this battle of power, they're basically going to be wiped out with the threats that they're making with nuclear bombs.
Because y'all have to understand this. The U.S. understood it during that climate, but America has dumbed down the American people so bad to the point they don't even realize. When you read in the news that Russia may invade Ukraine, you don't understand what that means.
Right.
That literally means that could be the end of the world as we know it.
Right.
Literally.
Yep.
Why? Do me a favor, man. Could you type in why was NATO created? Okay, NATO, NATO. All right, shouts out to Captain Noah, Officer Wanathan, and VA. I went to visit them not too long ago, and I didn't know this, so please forgive my ignorance, but we got to the airport, Norfolk, Virginia. That's the headquarters of NATO.
Right.
I didn't know that until I went there. Oh, snap. This is the headquarters right here of NATO. Now, check this out. You got that for me, IT? Y'all working on it? Can you pull up the... Hey, they got it. Why was NATO founded? Blow it up for me, please, so I can see. Why was NATO founded? All right. Read that for me. You can't say, okay, I'll read it. Say, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization was created in 1949 by the United States, Canada, and several Western European nations to provide collective security against the Soviet Union.
Boom.
Who is that? That's Moscow, right? That's the former USSR.
Right.
So the reason why they came together is because in 1949, you had USSR popping off with nuclear missiles.
Right.
So they said, that's a threat to what? That's a threat to America's American dream. Now they got competition. They said, we got to make sure that we regulate whatever they do.
Right.
So for those who are viewing at home, so you can really understand what's going on, hey, what's it called? Wars and rumors of wars is on the brink. So you need to really understand what's going on. When you see this, let's just say Russia go in there and just set it off. This could be the start of World War III. I can't tell you exactly, which one is gonna take off, but it's gonna happen eventually. Right. All right. So when we see the day approaching, we got to make sure, like the officer bring out, we got to make sure our spirits is right. Because this thing can happen literally any day. And now we got more context on what you bring out, Officer Obadiah. It's going to come like a thief in the night.
Right.
It's going to come like a thief in the night. One day it's going to be cool, then it's going to be World War III. And understand, America going to be getting touched in that thing. A lot of people don't think that nuclear bombs or bombs or missiles can come here.
Right.
Nah, America is going to be getting touched.
They trust in Esau's ways.
Right.
Russia has already proven they've got weapons that America's system can't stop all of it. We can stop most of it, the blunt force of it, but we can't stop everything that they can send over.
Did you just say we?
No,
But this brother got the devil on him.
America.
2 weeks in a row, bruh. Nah, man. Hey, go back to the article. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I said, this is gonna segue for the rest of the show. So, yeah, I'm gonna go over time a little bit. It is what it is. But I'm gonna carry it into the other topics. Right. All right? Hey, read that for me, soldier.
With this dire warning, he was referring to the doomsday clock.
The doomsday clock. So what do we read? We read that he's wiser than Daniel. What make him think he should have a doomsday clock? You got that video I had posted a few minutes ago? Yeah. So this is J. Robert, what's his name? Oppenheimer, something like that. Yes. All right, so he was responsible. They called him the father of the Manhattan Project, which is the A-bomb or the atom bomb that they dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki during World War II, 1942. Right? So this is what he said right here. How did they come to the knowledge or the understanding that, guess what? We're X amount of years away from noon or midnight. How they knew that? I'm gonna show you, and we're gonna show you because they're wiser than Daniel. All right, because they got somebody working behind the scenes. His name is Satan. You understand? Revealing these things to them with their technological advances and showing them things.
Right.
All right. You gonna play that video for me? Yeah. Watch this.
We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Stop. It says, now he has become death, the destroyer of worlds. Give me Habakkuk 2. I'm going to show you. And then I want Jeremiah, man. This is Bible prophecy. This is Bible prophecy. They knew as soon as they dropped that bomb, they're like, oh, snap. Okay. Now I don't fulfill this prophecy. Now I know that we are only so much farther than midnight or noonday. So they understand that. Don't think that they sleep for 1 second. They understand exactly who they are according to the scriptures.
That's right.
All right, read that for me. Which precept? Habakkuk 2. Come on. 2 and 4, right?
Yes, sir.
Read that.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 4.
Come on.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Come on. It says the soul that's lifted up in him, this is going into the so-called white man as we know it today. It says the soul that's in him is not right. They ain't right. You know, us, Jacob, we like to have a good time and party. All they think about is war, invading people. They're vile. You understand? Read on.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine.
By lies. Read.
He is a proud man.
Come on.
Neither keepeth at home.
He don't stay at home. He goes to this land or this land. He went to Vietnam. He went to Korea. You understand? He went over there to Ukraine to make sure that they was in check. All right? He's dominated the whole earth. Come on.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
He enlarges his desire as hell. Watch this.
And is as death.
And is as what?
Death.
That's what Oppenheimer just said, right? He says, I am become death.
Right.
So they understand who they are. And then it says, the destroyer of worlds. The destroyer of worlds. Go to Jeremiah chapter 50. Chapter 50, and I want verse 23. Because it said he is as death and a destroyer of worlds. What are we reading? The Bible.
Right.
But we understand that these prophecies are coming to pass, brothers and sisters. So when we see this, we got to get our spirits together. That's right. We got to get ourselves together. Read what you got.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 23.
Come on.
How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder?
There it is, the destroyer of the worlds, destroyer of worlds. He said the hammer of the whole earth. But what is it saying? It's saying that he's going to be cut asunder. And you can see the look in his eye when he was saying, I am his death. He wiped his eye a little bit because he realized, damn, that means our destruction is soon to come too. Right. All right, read what you got. Read what you got.
With this dire warning, he was referring to the doomsday clock, which has been the bulletin's iconic motive since it started as a magazine 75 years ago by Albert Einstein and some of the University of Chicago. Scientists from the Manhattan Project, their work had contributed to making the atomic bomb. But many of them had been outraged when the U.S. used it against Japanese cities.
Read on.
The image of the clock ticking away to midnight was intended to convey the sense of urgent peril. He thought the world could end while he was on that flight, said Rachel Brunson, the bulletin's current president. On Thursday, the doomsday clock will be unveiled for the 75th time, and we will find out what way the bulletin's panel of scientists and security experts will move the minute hand. For the past 2 years, it has been stuck at 100 seconds to midnight.
It said for the past 2 years, it's been stuck at 100 seconds to midnight. Read on.
With Russia poised to attack Ukraine.
Now it's saying with Russia poised to attack Ukraine, mind you, back in 1949, they thought it was going to be midnight right then and there.
Right.
You understand? After they dropped the atomic bomb, and then a few years later, now you got the USSR with nuclear capability. So they thought it was about to pop off back then, but it calmed down a little bit. All right, go back to that article.
It is hard to imagine the clock being set back.
Come on.
And that means that the experts assesses we are in greater danger now than ever.
Right. We are in greater danger now than ever. But when it comes to the American people, nah, they don't think that. They think that everything is cool. They think that everything is sweet. Read on.
The closest the clock came at the height of the Cold War was 2 minutes to midnight in 1953. After the first detonation of the thermonuclear.
We got a caller. Go ahead and patch them through. IT, can y'all take that topic off? Gosh.
Hello?
Hey, shalom, caller. What's your question or your comment?
Oh, I just wanted to say a comment. You can hear me, Cap?
Yeah, I can hear you. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Georgia. Really, I'm in the system right now. I just want to call and let you know, bro. The word spread, bro. I'm like an addict for the Lord now. I just praise the Lord all day long, and he put that spirit on me to where watching y'all all day, I just try to pull guys to the side of here and, teach them what the Lord want them to know before you feel me. That time ticking where there ain't no more grace period. So it's like, I just wanted to call and put that comment on the record like, man, y'all changing people's lives, man. And
man, all praise to the Most High, bro. Hey, So go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just thankful just to talk to you and let you know, man, the word spread behind the wall, and you got fellas waking up, realizing who they are and what they need to be doing to be redeemed by the Lord.
All praise to the Most High, bro. Hey, you doing a marvelous work too, spreading the truth. So understand, this is the spirit of the Lord. Give me that script, Joel 2:27. All right, because it's not on our accord. This is an act of God right here, man. All right, Joel 2:27.
It's
Read that.
hard back here in the system, waking up every day, and these people talk about correction, but they sit you back here behind the wall and say good luck. So it's like we find correction through the scriptures, and it's like all I can do is spread God's word every day. I wake up watching IUIC videos and read my scriptures all day. The other day I had to pull the dude to the side and read Acts 8, talk about you understand what you reading, and he was like, yo, I thought you was some bull crap. But it's like, no, I was just praying for the Lord to show me a sign, and I walked up on him, and he thought I was bull crap, but I be in here studying the book of the Lord all day.
Oh, praises, bro. Oh, hey, man. I'm glad that you called in with that comment, man.
Right.
That show that the word is definitely going out, man. All praise to the Most High. Read that real quick.
The book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God and none else.
Come on.
And my people shall never be ashamed.
Read.
And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit.
There it is. So, that's the prophecy right there coming to pass. The Most High pouring out His Spirit upon all flesh, bro. Hey, definitely, man. Hey, anytime we on, feel free to call in, man. I definitely do appreciate that comment. That's uplifting our spirits too.
Guess what, too? Before you get off.
What's that?
Hey, you know what's funny? I got a precept camp one-on-one thing in my email. My brother used to be around y'all till he moved, so I be studying the precepts and getting my mind right. So when I be schooling these dudes in here through the Lord assistance, they be like, bro, how you know all this? I say, hey, I got put up on games, so I'm putting you up on games.
All praise, man. All praise to the Most High, bro.
I'm gonna let y'all get back to the session, though.
Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Hey, shalom. Most High Christ bless you.
All right, shalom.
All right, shalom. Hey, let's get back to it, man. All praise to the Most High, man. Read what you got. Let's get back to the article. What was we saying? I forgot.
We was talking about, I think you had him going to Joel 2 and 27.
Okay, thank you, Officer Elijah. Let's get back to the article. Let's get back to the article for Doomsday. Thank you so much. All right, read that real quick.
The closest the clock came at the height of the Cold War was 2 minutes to midnight in 1953, after the first detonation of the thermonuclear warhead, a hydrogen bomb.
Hey, real quick. Hey, we got another caller, man. We got another caller. Hey, let me know when they can hear us. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your question or your comment?
Yes.
Hey, shalom, sis. Hey, shalom. What's your question or comment, sis?
Yes. I just want to tell y'all, I thank y'all so much for, I've been sick a long time with rheumatoid arthritis, and I'm not able to do things like I need to and wear my fringes. So I end up making me a bracelet to put around my arm to wear every day. But I don't know if that's pleased with the God, but I'm trying to follow as much as I can my commandments, and y'all help me so much to get through my day. I want to appreciate y'all. And my husband's in the truth. He's real strong in the word. And I look and study every day. I don't get to pick my Bible up, but I listen to all the classes. And I've been teaching my little grandbaby until my daughter took her. We will learn scriptures. Bishop, all y'all, I just love y'all to death.
All praise to the Most High, sis. Hey, where you calling from, sis?
Texas, Tuberville, Texas. And the thing about where I'm at, there's nobody down there like us. I stay in like population of 2,000 people maybe. And it's like, me and my husband, like we said, that we the only people around that wear our fringes and stuff. Because we rarely run into people like us, that know God and know the truth, what I'm trying to say. And my family, a lot of them I done lost. I say they're, kind of upset or whatever because I don't go to parties or we don't celebrate holidays. It's been different.
No, you gotta keep it going, sis. No, you're doing good. Just continue to watch, and Lord's will. Make sure to reach out to the city next, the IUIC school nearest to you, and start getting in contact with them. So Lord's will, you may not be able to go every Sabbath, but you can start somewhere because it's very important that you be around the brothers and sisters to uplift your spirit.
Right.
All right. All right, but hey, sis, thank you. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say Houston is my closest one. We're going to try to get that way.
All praise to the Most High, sis. So, hey, all praise. Thank you for calling in. We're going to let's continue on the topic. All right, shalom, sis. Most High Christ bless you.
Shalom.
Go ahead.
By the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis, the hands were at 7 minutes to. But despite Brown's apocalyptic editorial, the bulletin decided not to move them forward because the shock of near catastrophe had given Washington and Moscow fresh incentive to work towards risk reduction.
So understand, I'm sorry, risk reduction and arms control. So understand this whole Moscow and Washington thing, the United States of America and USSR, it's been going on for years. All right. This is just coming back to light because Putin's saying, you know what? Nah, I don't want it like this anymore. I want to gain power. I want to gain dominance. I want to be the guy now. Because they get, like we read in Habakkuk 2 last week, the nation's starting to get tired of the United States of America.
Right.
All right. So now we see World War III on the brinks. Now I want to show you. Scroll down a little bit. I want to show you comparisons with these clocks, and then we're going to jump into topic 2. All right. So it says in 1949, it says when USSR tested the first nuclear test, it was, I can't really read that too good. It was like between 11:55 and midnight. That's where it was at. Now in 1952, it said U.S. started to test their first hydrogen bomb. So they said, all right, hey, the end is even closer. Now scroll down for me, 1991. What happened? The tensions between the USSR and the U.S. died down. All right, so they went back to sleep. So they thought everything was cool. So it's back at like 11:30 or 11:28 or something like that, right? 1998, India and Pakistan going tit for tat with nuclear tests. So it increased. And let's jump to 2015. It says worsening climate change and nuclear weapons. What does that say? I can't see it. Modernization. All right, in 2019, it has information warfare. What does it say? I can't see it.
Information.
Does that say exacerbate?
Exacerbate.
Yeah, exacerbate existing threats. So in 2019, you see it at about 12:57, 12:58, right? So now they're about to unveil the new doomsday clock.
Right.
All right, understanding. I didn't see 2020. It say existing threats grow with the erosion of the international order. So now you got the situation where Putin is on the rise again, and he's trying to rebuild the USSR. So it's going to be very, very close, brothers and sisters.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us a spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road. Purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.